I met him in a bar. I remember Googling him afterwards, and I saw him talking with prime ministers, so that surprised me. I remember Mr. Yamaguchi saying we are always looking for interns. If I accuse someone like that, maybe I won't be able to work again. This is my first time that I would go to court for my case. I'm a little bit nervous. If the guy decided to come, he would be there, and this would be my first time to face this person after these 2 years.
In 2015, 25-year-old Shiori Ito filed rape charges against 48-year-old Noryuki Yamaguchi, a prominent journalist in Japan. Today, more than 2 years later, she is preparing for her first day in court. In Japan, people rarely come forward with allegations of sexual assault. Shiori is part of a tiny minority who take their cases to court.
どうもありがとうございました。
In May 2017, Shiori shocked Japan when she went public with rape allegations. It polarized public opinion, and many just didn't believe her. But for others, she has become a heroine.
あれ有名なしおりさんじゃないですか。しおりさん、いや私しおりさんのファンだから。いつもねあれで見てます。インターネットでフェイスさせてもらってます。
そうなんですね。はい。
ぜひ頑張ってね。
頑張ってください。頑張ってください。
頑張ってね。もう
頑張ってください。
よろしくお願いします。遠くから見てる人とか写真で見てる人と実際に近くで見てる人の顔っていうのがなかなか一致しないのよ。
ご関された人じゃないでしょ。しおりさんってご関された人じゃないわよね。あ、された人？え、そうなの？しおりさん、もう行っちゃった？あんた教えてくれればいいの。ご関されたしおりさんって知らなかった。そうなの？あの人私裁判に出ようと思ってる。
なんだっけ。
イギリスとにかく日本はしおりさんがねシャツのボタンを日本はまだまだ遅れてるね。すごい遅れてる。遅れてる。
Japan is a very sexual society. You can go buy a sports newspaper at any kiosk and it'll list, where the place is to get a blowjob or who's doing the best sexual massage. Any sexual service that you possibly want, you can buy in Japan. But to talk about date rape or sexual assault, it is not something that is even on talk show fodder. You don't see open discussions about that.
Rape is alleged in the UK 50 times more often than in Japan. Some claim this shows how safe the country is for women, but campaigners say it is because women are simply too scared to come forward. Despite being one of the most advanced nations in the world, Japan's rape laws date back to 1907 and didn't change for more than a century.
長いですよね。なぜそれだけ時間がかかったかっていうと、やはりその女性に対する暴力がとても深刻な社会の問題だというふうには考えてこなかった歴史があると思います。
Until last year, the crime of rape in Japan had a shorter minimum sentence than theft.
よくあるのは、もう忘れなさいっていうふうに被害者に言ったり、なかったことにしてしまう。被害者もあなたが悪いって必ず言われます。
Shiori met Noryuki Yamaguchi while she was studying journalism in New York in 2013.
I think it was autumn, second year of my college. I was supporting myself working at the bar. He was with, I think, 4 or 5 different people drinking. It was quite shocking to meet someone very, high profile and who has been achieved what I want to do. So I had so much respect.
Mr. Yamaguchi was Washington bureau chief for a Japanese broadcaster at the time.
He said, "Get in touch with me if you ever need something."
Motoko Rich investigated Shiori's allegations for over 6 months.
He's incredibly well known in Japan, both because he was the Washington bureau chief at a TV network. It's one of a handful of TV networks where people get their news. On top of that, he was a biographer of Shinzo Abe, the prime minister. He was known to be relatively close to Mr. Abe, that he had spent a lot of time with him, had even golfed with him. The biography was very positive. So I think a lot of the allegations that there had been some political interference come from the closeness of that relationship.
After they met, Shiori emailed Mr. Yamaguchi about possible work several times. In March 2015, she contacted him from Tokyo to see if there were any opportunities in Washington.
I emailed him saying, "Do you have any opening for intern?" And he said, "Of course, if it's intern, we are always looking for someone. But we also have job opening for producer. Are you interested in?" I was so excited because, of course, that's amazing.
Mr. Yamaguchi told Shiori they would need to arrange a US work visa. He suggested a meeting when he was in Tokyo the following month.
It was Friday night, so it was quite packed, I remember. He started pointing out all the places he knows. "Oh, I've been there with blah, blah, blah. Oh, been there with blah, blah, blah." Okay, that's ex-prime minister or very famous politician. And so I was like, "Wow, that's cool, that's great." We arrived to the sushi place and we start ordering small sake. I was sort of feeling a bit uneasy. Start questioning, why am I here? I thought we are going to discuss about working visa. That topic didn't come up. We had this small bottle and I remember he was ordering the third one, so it's very small. And then all of a sudden I start feeling very dizzy. And I decided to go to the bathroom. And then remember the last thing I remember was to rest my head on the water tank. And that was all I remembered that night.
Mr. Yamaguchi maintains that Shiori was conscious and gave full consent to everything that followed. But in fact, there is no mention of consent in Japan's century-old rape laws.
In this country, there's a different definition of what actually is rape. There still is this sense that it's not criminal unless it's a stranger attacking you and you fight back and you're hurt. And if it happens between two people who know each other, it can't possibly be rape. And if there's drink involved, that's really not rape either.
According to Japanese statutes, to prove rape, it is necessary to show the use of force or intimidation.
例えば裁判官が期待するようなリアクション、例えば押さえつけられたら嫌だっていうふうにバタバタするとか、あとはこう一生懸命こう相手を押し返すとかで、助けを呼ばなければそれは同意があったんだ。
Research has shown that many victims simply freeze when they are attacked.
あまりにびっくりして助けも呼ぶこともできない。その現実が全く反映されていないわけです。
山口のりゆきさんです。よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いします。
Mr. Yamaguchi has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. He has only given one public interview about the incident on a political chat show hosted by Kazuyoshi Hanada.
で僕がここにいて、伊藤さんここにいて、こっち側にグループの方がいたんですけど、こちらの方も驚いてたんですよ。
全然飲みがすごいから。
すごい飲みっぷりですねって声をかけられてたぐらいです。なんて言うんですか、あると全部飲んじゃう。ちょびちょびじゃなくて、ぐーっといく方いますよね。別にそれがいい悪いじゃなくて、ただすごい飲み方だなっていうのは書いた通りです。はい。
Shiori was helped out of the toilets by restaurant staff. She and Mr. Yamaguchi left in a taxi together.
What we now know from the testimony of the taxi driver, she repeatedly asked him to take her to a train station because she wanted to get on a train to go home. Mr. Yamaguchi said, well, I don't think you can go by yourself. I have a hotel room. We still have something to talk about work. And he directed the taxi driver to drive to his hotel. The taxi driver said that he heard Shiori go silent in the backseat of the car.
CCTV from the hotel shows Mr. Yamaguchi getting Shiori out of the taxi and propping her up as they walk to the lifts. Shiori has not been back to the hotel for over 2 years. She is returning to see if she can piece together more about what happened that night.
I think I just want to face it. I don't know face what, but... And I can already feel that my body is reacting. It's the light. I remember, you know, this light. Yeah, it's same.
I woke up with this intense pain. The first thing maybe I said was, "Itai." It hurts. He didn't stop. Only way I could get out was when I said, I have to go to the bathroom, I need to pee. Now. I remember seeing this small body wash towel. All the men's cosmetics were placed very neatly. And then I realized I am in a hotel room where he's staying. I was confused. I didn't know what had happened, how I got there. I tried to find my clothes and get my stuff and out. But then he was standing in front of the bathroom door. And he pushed me on the bed again. I tried to fight, but he was quite strong. I wasn't able to get any air, and he was on top of me, on my head, and I couldn't breathe, and I thought this is it. I'm gonna die here. it felt like I imprisoned him more, saying stop or please in Japanese. So I cursed at him in English. I said, fuck off. What the fuck you're doing? In Japanese, he said, 合格だよ. So he said, you passed. And I got panicked, like, what do you mean? And then all the shame came on me, like, I didn't do this. But I did, he did. And I passed.
Shiori suspects she may have been drugged, but acknowledges she has no evidence, as no drug test was administered. Mr. Yamaguchi says Shiori lost her memory because she drank too much alcohol.
だからその私が、だから彼女が作ってるストーリーは、私がもともとそういう範囲を持ってね、悪意を持って薬を入れて、酔いつぶして、ホテルに連れ込んだんだっていうストーリーなんですけど、そうじゃなくて勝手に酔っ払っちゃって、ただ一人で帰れなくなっちゃったけど、私はその搭乗先のホテルに戻ってやらなきゃいけない業務があって、駅で降ろしてくださいとご本人は言ったんだと思いますけども、泥酔して嘔吐してる人を駅に捨てて帰ったら、逆にこれ鬼っていうか、やむなく、じゃあちょっとホテルで休んでもらうしかないんですよね。
酔っ払った女性嫌ですよね。しかも吐いたりしたらね、なんかよく山口さんも我慢して世話したなと思いますけど、僕なんか嫌ですよ。
Mr. Yamaguchi says that in his room Shiori was repeatedly sick, then partially undressed and fell asleep. He says that when she woke up she was sober, and apologized to him for getting drunk, and that when they later had sex she was an active participant and showed no signs of resistance. He says they parted the next morning on good terms, and that she emailed him initially without mentioning any assault. Shiori denies that her emails implied she consented. Shiori's case has become part of a growing debate about traditional gender roles in Japan.
There is a sense in the culture that it's okay for men to view women as objects. You know, it's only very recently that certain porn magazines are not visibly displayed at these convenience stores where families go and buy milk and eggs and newspapers and what have you. There they are, displayed on the racks. And some of these involve sort of rape fantasies, and there are men who are getting their sex education from that.
It's a common motif in Japanese erotica of the woman resisting and then the man imposing himself on her, and then she decides that, oh, she likes it.
だからノーと言ったらそれはノーなんだっていうそういう考え方がアメリカでもイギリスでも一般的だと思います。で、だけど日本だとですね、ノー means yes。嫌かどうかで自分の意見を表明すること自体が女らしくないと。女性は自分からこうしたいというふうに言うことがいいことではないというふうにずっと小さい時から教えられてきているんだと思うんですね。女性としてあるべき姿ではないと考えられているので。
I really wish I could go back and tell myself what I should have done. I didn't know. No one told me.
Shiori called a rape crisis center on the outskirts of Tokyo, but they refused to give her any advice unless she attended an interview in person.
That time I felt like I couldn't even move out from bed, and it was just scary to take public transportation by myself, travel 2 hours to get there.
Though she didn't visit at the time, Shiori now wants to see the center for herself.
ごめんなさい、裏側にいたみたいで、はじめまして、よろしくお願いします。すみません。
The Rape Crisis Center has asked for the location to be kept confidential. Most of the staff members also asked for their identities to be hidden. The center is run by Kazuko Hirakawa. It is the capital's only 24-hour rape crisis center, serving a population of 13 million people.
はじめまして、よろしくお願いいたします。
はい、電話相談を受けるところです。今2人体制支援員が入っています。
The center receives around 6,000 phone calls a year. But of those, only around 100 of the callers visit in person.
なんかびっくりされたかもしれないです。本当に普通のお家なので、こういうところに面接にいらっしゃる方がいたらここで面接をやるっていうようなことなんですね。お疲れの方はここに簡易ベッドを持ってきてちょっと横になってもらうとかっていうこともしていますけど。
なんかこう工夫してらっしゃるんですかね。
工夫
お花を置いたりとか。
そうですね。
ここでレイプキットなどはありますか？
こちらはねなくて病院の方に
Police investigations benefit from forensic evidence being taken from an alleged victim as soon as possible. This is done with what's known as a rape kit. But in Japan, these kits are currently only stocked in hospitals in 14 of the country's 47 regions.
全ての警察署に。
はいはい。でそれはおかしいですよね。本当に警察に届け出た人のみそのレイプキットを使えるっていうわけですから。な状況だから警察の認知件数が上がらない可能性があると一人で私は怒ってるんですけど。
どういった病院に行っていいのか、その情報だけでもいただけませんかっていうお電話をしたんですね。でそういったお電話をしたところ、まず面接に来ていただかないと情報提供はできませんと伺っていて、
それはごめんなさいっていうことなんですけれども、当時は1人体制だったっていうこととか、今2人体制だから1人が出て、お家の近くまで行って、それからそこでタクシーをに乗って病院の方にっていうようなことはしたことはありますけれども、しおりさんから聞かれている質問がある時には、現状を答えているので、それも驚いていらっしゃるんだと思うんですが、現状はこうなんですね。貧しい状況ですよね。はい。
You've got a police force that is overwhelmingly male. So if you have all males investigating this with some very backward ideas on what is sexual assault, what is sexual consent, then you're going to have problems.
Shiori was assigned an investigator in the Takanawa district, 30 minutes away. She was called in to reenact her account of what happened.
On the top floor of the Takanawa police, they had this sort of like a gym. And I think there were 3 investigators overall, and they all male. I had to lay down on this soft blue mattress on the floor. And they brought this big life-size doll, and they placed it on top of me and sort of start moving it and taking a photo of it, asking me, was it like this or was it like that? Oh, the flash made me so dizzy and sick, and I had to turn off my mind to try to not think about what is going on.
Recreating alleged assaults using dolls is a method commonly used by the police in Japan. Campaigners have criticized the traumatizing effect this can have on women, some even calling it the second rape. Over the next 2 months, the police obtained CCTV evidence from the hotel, further witness statements, and DNA from Shiori's clothing. A warrant was issued for Mr. Yamaguchi's arrest.
The investigator had what he thought was a case. They were set to arrest Yamaguchi. He was coming back through Narita Airport in Tokyo from the Washington Bureau.
Shiori says that the investigator was then called by a senior officer and instructed not to arrest Mr. Yamaguchi. The police will not comment on the case, but a top Tokyo police official, Itaru Nakamura, has since confirmed in the press that he stopped the arrest.
Let me tell you, someone who has been covering the police here since 1993, this doesn't happen. When you get an arrest warrant for a crime as serious as rape, you don't shelve it. You arrest the person and you interrogate them. That's how it works. If he wasn't a friend of the Prime Minister, would he have been allowed to walk away?
The case was then transferred to the Tokyo Metropolitan Police, but in August 2016, after a 12-month investigation, prosecutors decided that there was insufficient evidence to pursue a case against Mr. Yamaguchi.
Part of me, I have to be honest with you, I thought maybe I should forget about it. This is maybe the way you have to be as a woman. And that really disgusted me, and I felt this is wrong because I haven't done anything wrong.
To successfully appeal the decision, Shiori felt she would have to undertake her own investigation, a task which was to take her 9 months.
Today is 2017, May 7th. I'm recording this because I know the truth I have and I claim what happened to me 2 years ago will be public and out. And I do want to do this to talk about truth and ask for justice for the future.
元 TBS 記者の男性ジャーナリストから性暴力被害を受けたと訴えているフリージャーナリストのしおりさん。
彼女が車から降りても引きずられるようにしてホテルに入っていく様子が撮られているらしいんですけれども。
Shiori is appealing the decision to drop her case, and going against centuries of tradition, she has also decided to go public with her allegations.
決意の会見に臨んだ28歳の女性。はっきりとした言葉で自身の経験を語った。
伊藤詩織さん、望まない性行為をされたとしてなぜ実名で語ったのでしょうか。
レイプがどれだけ恐ろしく、その後の人生に大きな影響を与えるか伝えなくてはいけないと思いました。このことは誰にでも起こり得ることです。
I felt that I tried every path that I can take, and talking to public openly was the only choice that I had left.
このまま沈黙し、法律や捜査のシステムを変えないのであれば、私たちは皆この犯罪を許しているのと同じではないでしょうか。
I had a big no-no from my family. They really didn't want me to do it. I remember exactly what my sister said. Why is it has to be you?
It was clear right from the moment that she gave her public press conference that it was highly unusual. Someone came forward, was willing to give her own name and talk about it on the record, and also name this person who was a very prominent journalist in Japan. She was putting her neck out. It was a huge risk.
In Japan, we tend to put a lid on things that are unpleasant. She came out very publicly, and
So I think some people reacted, how shameful, to come out. These are private things. Don't talk about your private things in public.
自称海外で、活動するジャーナリスト、〇〇しおりさん。2015年4月に強姦されましたという衝撃の記者会見です。まさしく怪しいんだな、これが。とですね、性犯罪の被害者が顔出しテレビって異例だって。顔出しテレビ出演って日本人はね、隠したがりますよ。
Bitch. She's always sleeping around to get these things. She must be a prostitute. Go back to Korea. Yeah, there's just my family's photo. Shiori's father who had scary eyes. They're targeting me, our family. My sister, her face is gonna be on internet and she didn't sign up for this. And so I don't want her to go through this. No one. I don't want anyone to go through this.
彼女の場合は明らかに女としても落ち度がありますよね。男性の前でそれだけ飲んで記憶をなくしてっていうような形で社会に出てきて女性として働いているのであれば、それは嫌な人からも声をかけられますし、それをきっちり断ったりとかするのもそれもスキルの一致ですし。
Have you ever experienced any discrimination or harassment?
はい、もうそれは社会に生きていたら山ほどありますよ。はい、でもまあそれはそういうものかなと思って。
Mr. Yamaguchi's closeness to the Prime Minister means the story quickly becomes highly politicized. Opposition MPs set up a cross-party panel to question the authorities about the dropped arrest warrant. Representatives from the National Police Agency and Ministry of Justice attend to answer questions, but demand that their faces are not shown by the press.
で、しかも捜査員現場まで逮捕に行ってるんですよ。その日にですよ、執行停止命令が出た。有名人、著名人の場合にっていうことで、まさにそういう場合はもみ消されるのかっていうのが一つこの事件の論点です。一般の方も許されないよ、もみ消しは。
この事件の経過等を踏まえまして、私どもとしては、そういった調査をすることは考えていないということでございます。
やはり疑問が広がってるわけでしょ。で、それは警察にとっておでんになりますよ。
ここまで黒塗りにする必要はないですよ。
意味ないですよ。
この黒塗りはおかしい。
全部これだから。なんでそんな隠蔽するんだ。
いや、隠蔽ではないんですけど。
隠蔽じゃないか、出しなさい。
Japan's National Police Agency maintains that there was no misconduct in the investigation of Shiori's case. But as her story grows ever more political, Shiori becomes increasingly anxious.
これ開けていい？
食べよう。顔疲れてるもん、しおり。
本当に疲れる。After going public, I felt unsafe. It wasn't just me who was threatened, it was my family, my friends. So the paranoia and the fear I had, I was scared. People with power can do what they want to do. And I'm no one.
下にも変な人たち、またいたけど。
下？
黒い。
同じやつ？
多分この間見たやつだと思う。怪しい。
I actually called the discount store nearby my house, asking, "Do you have lie detector?"
短吉くん？短吉くんは屋内に仕掛けられてる盗聴器。
カメラもわかるんだ。
何これなんか。
おもちゃだよこんなの本当にこれ
本当にちょっと頼みますよ短吉くん。
レベル2または3の反応があれば要注意です。2、3だったら音が。
ぱりここにある。兄さんでも全部兄さんにここで怖い。絶対なんかあるでしょじゃあ。どうやって壁の中に。あるの？あ、びっくりした。
I had to live in a completely different life. I couldn't use public transportation. I couldn't go out.
何かあってもやっぱりあったんだみたいな。もう疲れちゃった本当に。疲れた。
I miss going out with my friends to the bar, to cafe, without thinking about anything, without people seeing me in a way. Yeah, I miss that.
Shiori's appeal to have her case reopened has been considered by a review panel of 11 members of the public. If her appeal fails, there will be no further possibility of criminal charges.
もしもし、お母さん？今日検視審査会の結果が出たの。
あ、本当？
うん。
どうだったの？
不起訴相当だって。不起訴相当だ。
じゃあ起訴されないの？
されない。
嘘でしょ？何それ？悔しいね。
悔しい？
悔しいよ。逮捕してほしいよ本当に。
With Shiori's appeal rejected, Mr. Yamaguchi is no longer under criminal investigation.
男性の方は悪くないと、犯罪ではないという司法裁判が下っているわけです。そこを疑うということは日本の司法に対する侮辱だと思います。日本の警察、世界で一番優秀です。伊藤詩織さんがああいう記者会見を行ってああいう嘘の主張をしたがためにですね、山口さんや山口さんの家族には死ねとかっていうような誹謗中傷のメールとか電話とかが殺到したわけですよ、ね、だから私はこういうのは男性側の方が私は本当にひどい被害を被ってるんじゃないかなというふうに思っています。
3 months on from losing her appeal, Shiori has become a campaigner on issues around sexual assault. She has been invited to address students at Sophia University in Tokyo.
受けたことってありますか？合意についての教育。ないですか？ただ実は今の日本の法律は合意っていうところまでも話が進んでないんですね。
ではですね、皆さんスマホアクセスでちょっと匿名アンケートをやりたい。
以下の中で、性行為の同意だと思うものを選んでください。酔っ払っているが11%、10% かなということで、キスをしたっていうのがすごくね、急にこう 62%、ね、キスをすると性行為の同意であるというふうに考える。
Japanese education could do a lot better. The numbers that I saw among my students, I think, is a sign that the education system really failed in that aspect of really educating about consent. One of the questions that I asked students was whether they know anyone that have been raped. And 22 students in the class said yes. This is not just train molestation, this is rape. And so my question is, how many of those did the women actually come forth or, tell the authorities? Women just are not coming forth with it, so it kind of stays underneath the surface.
After her unsuccessful appeal, Shiori is now filing a civil case against Mr. Yamaguchi. She is meeting with her lawyer, Yuko Nishihiro, before submitting the case papers to court.
ドライバーの陳述書からホテルの防犯ビデオの画像ですね。
If Mr. Yamaguchi loses, he will have to pay damages. He is defending the case and denies any wrongdoing. The case could take more than a year and a half.
でただ第1回目は被告の方は欠席してもいいと。
この間のお話だと第1回は一般公開される。じゃあ来ないですかね。来るんですかね。
わからないですね。それは。あと欠席する場合もありますね。
This case could affect the case which would come in the future. So I do feel pressure that we have to do our best. Taking civil case is the only way I can ask this question again. So we have this evidence, we have this video, we have this witness. What do you think?
In October 2017, allegations against Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein make global headlines. The Me Too movement sees women around the world making allegations of sexual misconduct. But in Japan, the response is muted.
One of the reasons the Me Too movement hasn't taken off in Japan is because a lot of women here are like, what? Like groped? Like, not sexually assaulted, not raped, just, you're upset about being groped or having someone try to pressure you into having sex? Like, that's your level of outrage? Like that's nothing. Like, that's our daily lives.
The Me Too movement leads to renewed publicity around Shiori's case, and Japanese women begin to reach out to Shiori in private.
I start getting emails from survivors. That was surprising. I didn't expect that people would start talking to me.
こんばんは。お邪魔します。
Shiori has come to meet a woman who says she was sexually assaulted at knife point by a stranger a year ago. She only ever told one friend and didn't report it to the police.
話すことがどうして難しいと思いますか？どういう恐怖を感じましたか？話したらどうなるんだろうと。
男の警官が来る。いろいろ聞かれるだけでこうしなかったのか、なぜ声を出さなかったのか、写真を撮られるんじゃないかとか、現場に連れて行かれるんじゃないかとか、人形を出されたり、どんなことをされましたとか、何もなかったことにしたかったのに、しおりさんが名前と顔を出したことで、この人は本当に日本を変えたいんやなって。一滴の水は何にもならないですよ。でも大量に来たら津波になる。みんなの意識がそこに向かうだけでも大きな力になると思う。じっとしたものが日本に作ることができたら犯罪自体も減ると思う。
絶対に作れます。
絶対作れますよね。
We have this word which is 我慢強い、忍耐強い. It's often talked in a positive way that how enduring, how being patient is a good thing. But being enduring, being patient about this pain, being silent, keeping this into yourself, I don't think it had helped much. And I think that is why it has been hard to people to talk about it.
There are signs that the government is beginning to take the issue more seriously. In 2017, the first ever nationwide fund to support sexual crime victims is established. The government has committed £1 million to this fund. By comparison, the UK, with half the population of Japan, spends 40 times this amount.
はい、大丈夫です。ありがとうございます。
Shiori's case has caught the attention of policymakers, and she manages to arrange a meeting at the Cabinet Office. Kazuaki Sugita is from the Gender Equality Bureau.
性犯罪性暴力被害者に対する支援の体制の充実にしっかりと取り組んでいきたいなというふうに思っております。当時はなかなかさんの言われる通り体制がまだ不十分でなかったというご指摘もあったのかもしれませんけれども、今となってはだいぶ取り組みが進んできているのかなというふうに、現時点では全国的に41の都道府県での設置が進められておりまして、
国際的にですね、基準に考えて、どれくらいに一つこういったワンストップ支援センターが必要かっていうのはご存知ですか
？20万人に1人とかというような話はよく聞いたりするんですけれども、
日本の人口にすると約635は必要、現段階ではこれは十分だとお考えですか？
十分かどうかっていうところにつきましては検証が必要な部分はあるんだろうというふうに。
そして一番多分私の経験上も一番辛かったのが人形で再現をしなければいけない、このような捜査の取り組みだったり体制っていうことについてはどうお考えですか？
についての判断がなかなかしづらいところがありますので、そこはちょっとお答えしづらいところだと。ただ課題いくつか指摘されている部分もありますけれども、弱い部分は引き続きしっかりと埋めていく努力っていうのはしていく必要があるんだろうというふうに思っております。すいません、抽象的な答えですいませんでした。
The day of Shiori's first court hearing is approaching.
I think it's a letter. So they've been, it's like supporting letter.
The parcel of cards has been sent by a citizens group in Aichi, a region in central Japan.
We are on your back. Don't give up. You're not alone. Wow. That's just amazing. I'm 80 years old grandma, but I'm sending my best energy to you. Go Shiori. I'm always watching you. We're all on your side. I never realized how powerful this could be. The memory of sexual experience should be a happy memory, not the pain. Oh, it's just so sweet. It's just so sweet. Wow. I need to feel cheerful. I don't want to put sad face. I do want to show that I'm okay, and I'm not doing this all alone. I'm doing this with everyone else.
It's the day of Shiori's first civil hearing. She hasn't been to the courts since she did her press conference there 6 months ago.
I remember the first press conference, I saw some familiar faces among journalists, so I started smiling. But then I got backlash on that as well. Why is she smiling? Why is she, And especially media, they just pick when I have more serious face on me. So every time I see this newspaper and photo, I go like this. どうもありがとうございました。
This is such a different feeling than the last time I went to the court.
I remember it was really green and I was so scared, but this time it feels very different and just makes me think it's been 6 months.
6 months? Since what?
Since I became this girl who was raped to the public.
I have no regret of what I did. And at the same time, I had no choice.
よろしくお願いします。はい、大丈夫です。
I do feel change, and it all has to start from people. If you make a move, there would be some certain wave. That's for sure I experienced, in a good wave and bad wave at the same time, but it's better than being silent.